Is it safe to travel to the Philippines right now? It's a question that's becoming more and more common as this beautiful country climbs the wish list of travelers from all over the world. Maybe you've seen photos of those powdery white beaches in Palawan, or the emerald rice terraces of Banaue, or the surreal landscapes of Bohol. Maybe you've imagined yourself snorkeling with whale sharks, diving among coral reefs, or exploring the Spanish colonial architecture of Vigan. But alongside that excitement, you might have a voice in the back of your mind, asking if it's really as safe as it looks in the pictures. Because the Philippines is also a place that has faced its share of headlines. Stories about natural disasters, political upheaval, and in some regions, security concerns that understandably make travelers pause. I'm Stephen with the Travel Safety Network. I've been an industrial safety professional for almost 30 years. Today I'm focusing on global travel safety, helping people just like you separate rumor from reality and travel with confidence. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the current safety landscape of the Philippines in 2025. We'll look at which concerns are legitimate, which are exaggerated, and how you can plan a trip that's not only unforgettable, but also as low risk as possible. And stay tuned until the end, because I'll share a surprising insight about why so many travelers are returning to the Philippines again and again, despite its complexities. To understand safety in the Philippines, you have to start by understanding what a vast and varied country it really is. It stretches over 7,600 islands, covering everything from crowded megacities to isolated fishing villages, where life has barely changed in generations. This geography is part of what makes it so compelling, but it's also why safety conditions are so uneven. For most visitors, the gateway to the Philippines is Manila, a sprawling metropolis of nearly 15 million people when you count the greater urban area. Manila has a reputation for being chaotic, and it is, but that doesn't mean it's inherently unsafe. It's a place of contrasts, towering malls and luxury hotels rising above neighborhoods where poverty is very real. It's true that petty crime happens here, especially in crowded areas. Pickpocketing, bag snatching, and scams are concerns. But violent crime affecting tourists is rare, and the vast majority of visitors who use common sense and take basic precautions leave Manila without incident. From Manila, most travelers head to the islands, where the mood softens and the pace slows. Boracay, after its much publicized closure and environmental rehabilitation, has re-emerged as a pristine destination with tighter regulations that have actually improved the visitor experience, and in many ways the sense of safety. Resorts here are used to catering to international guests, and the infrastructure is among the most developed in the country. Palawan is another favorite, often called the last frontier of the Philippines. It's a place where turquoise lagoons and limestone cliffs feel like something out of a dream. For all its natural beauty, Palawan is remarkably peaceful. Crime rates are low, and most safety issues are more about environmental hazards, strong currents, jellyfish, or the occasional transportation mishap, than anything criminal. But it's important to recognize that not every part of the Philippines is equally secure. The southern region of Mindanao has long struggled with pockets of insurgency and terrorism, particularly in areas like Sulu, Basilan, and parts of Cotabato. These are places where armed groups have operated for decades. The governments of the United States, Canada, the UK, and Australia all maintain advisories recommending against travel to certain parts of Mindanao due to the risk of kidnapping, terrorism, and civil unrest. However, even within Mindanao, the story is not uniform. Davao City, for instance, has built a reputation as one of the safest and most orderly cities in the Philippines, with strong local governance and visible security measures. But perceptions of safety are shaped by decades of headlines, and many travelers still choose to avoid the region altogether for peace of mind. The U.S. State Department currently advises exercising increased caution in the Philippines overall, with specific no-go advisories for parts of the South. Canada's Global Affairs Office highlights similar concerns, pointing out that while the main tourist areas like Cebu, Boracay, and Palawan are generally safe, travelers should remain vigilant against petty crime and avoid regions with known security issues. The UK's Foreign Office and Australia's Smart Traveller echo these points, reminding citizens to monitor local media, register with their embassies, and take practical precautions wherever they travel. Beyond the political and security context, the Philippines also sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, which means earthquakes and volcanic eruptions are part of the natural landscape. In addition, the country experiences an annual typhoon season that can bring heavy rains and flooding, disrupting travel plans with little warning. This isn't a reason to avoid the Philippines altogether, but it does mean you need to time your visit carefully and consider travel insurance that covers weather-related disruptions. One of the smartest ways to navigate these variables is to book reputable tours through a professional travel advisor. When you work with someone who understands the country, you gain access to vetted guides, reliable transport providers, and up-to-date information about conditions on the ground. A good travel advisor can help you understand which areas are recommended and which should be avoided. They can also assist if plans suddenly change because of a security incident or natural disaster. The benefit of working with a reputable tour operator isn't just about safety, it's also about peace of mind. It means you can focus on enjoying the experience instead of worrying whether the boat you booked online is insured or whether your driver is licensed. It's a layer of support that becomes invaluable when you're traveling somewhere with as many moving parts as the Philippines. If you decide to travel independently, it simply requires a bit more preparation. Research your destinations carefully. Have contact information for your embassy saved in your phone. Learn a few words of Tagalog or the regional dialect. It goes a long way toward building goodwill and reducing misunderstandings. Keep valuables secure and be cautious about where you walk after dark, especially in urban areas. And always respect local customs and regulations. Filipinos are among the warmest and most hospitable people you will ever meet, but they also have a deep sense of respect and decorum. Dress modestly in conservative areas. Ask before taking photos. Show gratitude. These gestures not only enhance your safety but enrich your experience. It's also worth mentioning that the Philippines has made real strides in recent years to improve the visitor experience. Tourist police units are more visible in high-traffic areas. Regulations around transport providers have tightened. Environmental protections are gradually being strengthened, which improves not just the quality of the natural attractions, but also the reliability of the services that operate there. Yet the most powerful reassurance comes from travelers themselves. If you talk to people who have been to the Philippines recently, most will tell you their memories aren't dominated by worry or fear. They'll talk about the hospitality of the locals, the taste of fresh mangoes, the feeling of standing in a hidden cove with no one else around. They'll remember the sense of discovery and connection that seems to come so easily here. Of course, it would be irresponsible to pretend that no risks exist. The Philippines is still a developing country with real challenges. Infrastructure can be inconsistent. Health facilities in remote areas can be basic. Political protests or local tensions can flare up unexpectedly. That's why preparation is everything. So, is it safe to travel to the Philippines? The honest answer is that it depends. It depends on where you go, how you prepare, and whether you accept that this is a place where beauty and unpredictability are intertwined. If you're looking for a country where every corner is polished and predictable, you might be disappointed. But if you come with awareness, respect, and a spirit of openness, you're likely to have an experience that is not only safe, but deeply meaningful. And now, here's the surprise I promised you at the start of this video. Despite all the challenges, typhoons, earthquakes, and the occasional security headline, the Philippines consistently ranks among the top countries in the world for visitor happiness. In fact, surveys have shown that tourists often rate their experiences here higher than in many more developed destinations. The combination of natural beauty, cultural richness, and genuine warmth leaves an impression that keeps people coming back, sometimes for a lifetime. I'm Steven with the Travel Safety Network. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with anyone planning to visit the Philippines. And stay tuned for my upcoming videos where I'll break down the safety picture island by island so you can travel informed and inspired. Until then, stay curious, stay prepared, and remember, see the world, stay safe.